Hey, this is another opportunity for you to have fun with me on Learning with Lana. Today, what I want to do is I want to learn about A plus content. Content. Okay, A plus content is that information that you can put on your books that since you are the publisher of your books, providing that you're using KDP and self-publishing your books, then you are essentially the publisher of your book. And as the publisher of your book, Amazon gives you some extra space to put some more information about your book on Amazon in the book area. Now, okay, so what I want to do is for this video, we're just going to explore that area. Okay. And so, um, and then we're going to do some more videos on how to create the content for it, how, and then how to load it. So I want to do like some short videos, instead of one big long video that explains about it and then creates the graphics and then loads it up. I want to break it down into just some, short videos on how to understand what it's all about. That way you can learn and watch and see it in a smaller portion and not get caught up in having to watch a big long video to find out how to do something at the end of it. I watch videos sometimes all the time and I just fast forward because what they're talking about at the beginning of the video is just, stuff I kind of already know. But anyway, we're going to go on an adventure now and we're going to learn about A plus content. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and we're going to open up a window here and just a regular window. And so what I want to do here is um, I want to show you how I start. So I can either go up here to this and type in um, my search, or I can go down to the bar here and type in my search. So it all really, um, you know, works either way. Amazon A plus content. Okay, let's type in Amazon A plus content. Okay, now um, we have different, options that you once you put in. And another thing you can do is if you want to learn something too, you can do what is Amazon A plus content. Okay. And then it'll give you some more options. And you'll also, if you go down through here, you can get some videos that gives you some more tutorials and some tips and some templates. And then Kindle Direct Publishing. Always, if you really want to learn about anything on Amazon, go to Amazon first. Now, this person right here, I haven't looked at their video, but it does look like something that I would like to look at in the future, so I could come back to that. But basically, what we're going to do at this point is just learn about um, A plus content and what it means in your books. So we'll go to A plus content examples, Kindle Direct Publishing. Let's try that one first. Okay, now look, we got A plus content examples. And notice how that when you are the publisher of your book, Amazon will give you some author detail pages you can add. So here is a section on your book page, that you can add from the publisher. So notice how this person on this book added this banner, these 3 blocks. Now these will be blocks. Okay. Now there's from the publisher. Here's another example. Someone put a large banner on their page and some words. Here's another one. From this person. It's a sample from this book, and it says from the publisher. They put 3 banners. Here's another sample, a module layout example, so that you could put 4 books here, and you could do a comparison chart. Here's another layout. There's many different layouts that you can use, but it's really pretty much how you want to um, put your book samples out there for. Now it's going to give you some information about images. Now the guidelines are very important, and we're going to go back and we're going to look at more of the guidelines, but you can tell so far that the biggest guidelines are that the smallest image accepted is a 300 by 300. Now, what you can also do is, let's go back and um, let's go up here to where it says um, A plus content. Okay. All right. Now this is where if you click on this one for A plus content, then you can also get what the content guidelines are. It'll show you how to create A plus content. You can follow these instructions, and it gives you some more A plus content examples. Now, notice they also have a video here. So you can go to the video, and it can tell you how here's how it works. You're going to add the A plus content to the detail page to make your book stand out and connect readers with your books. You can share more about your author's story. Now, when you add A plus content to your detail page, it is located under the From the Publisher section. And so that exact location, it looks like, varies as the readers scroll through your content. Now, a good thing to do would be to come and watch this video. It gives you I watched it the other day, and it's very good tips on how to create A plus content. Now, it also gives you some frequently asked questions. And it would be very good for you to come, and it's not necessary for me to read all this to you, because you can come and read all these helpful things by doing just a little bit of your own research, okay? Because the thing I want to do today is just to educate you on what A plus content is. Now, the A plus content guidelines, you can click here and learn more about the A plus content guidelines. It is very specific on the terms and policies regarding the content that may or may not be allowed. And they, just like in all of the other things that Amazon does, they are very specific on their guidelines. And you want to make sure that before you submit, that you go down through, and this would be a great place to come and read these guidelines for the image and text formatting, the claims and awards, and the content restrictions, because you want to make sure that you aren't like rejected for your A plus content because you violated some terms and conditions or some content guidelines. Now, basically, if you just follow these guidelines and you're doing graphics that are just, within their guidelines, then it it really doesn't, cause very many problems. Now, of course, they're not going to want you to do any claims for any cures or treat or prevent any diseases. You know, they're really specific on, what you are able to put on your A plus content for your site. Okay, so now A plus content guidelines is something that you want to read very carefully so that you can find out what information that you want to use in your images and in your text. Um, like for instance, they even have one here that says spell out all numbers under 10. Use consistent punctuation. You know, Amazon does get really technical and picky about some of the things that they want, but they're also going to be promoting your book on your book page. So you want to just make sure that you just follow their guidelines and and then everything will be all consistent. Anyway, you want to make things consistent. Okay, now let's go back and I will, let's see. I think I will copy this and see if I can put this in the I'll put this link to in the video. Okay, in the video description. Okay, so now create A plus content. Now we're not gonna go to this part right now because we're gonna do some more things about creating the A plus content in another video with graphics, and then we'll learn how to create the A plus content and load it onto our KDP. So I don't want to get us confused with a lot of that, but um, if we click on learn more for examples, you'll see how that we just were at that page where we got all of these different examples. Now, if you want to go and look at even more examples, here's something that I would suggest that you actually do too. And that is we create a new tab here. And let's just go to Amazon. And I was doing this one day and I thought, okay, they have this place called when I go to Amazon, they have books that are recommended for me. Okay, Rachel Hanna and Kay Correll are authors that I have read some of these books. And right now, I think I'm in the middle of reading one of them, but let's just say The Bucket List. Okay, this is an author that has 2,266 ratings, a 4.6, and you could tell that she had lots of books. Okay, so you would think that when you would scroll down the page, that you would see that, okay, she has product details, she has publication date, doesn't exactly show who the publisher is on this particular book, but then it tells about the author. She has about the author. Then we have some books that are related to this item, but notice whoever her publisher is, and it looks like she has some good reviews too, but whoever her publisher is doesn't actually do the from the publisher section on her website, on her book page. And I thought, now that is kind of interesting because this is a it looks like to me has sold a lot of books. Okay, and she's got a 4.4 on Goodreads too. So let's go back and let's check out another author. Okay, here's another author that I read, and that is David Baldacci. Okay, so I read several of his books and do a lot of them basically on my Kindle or on Audible, actually. And so we can see that He is the editor's pick for best mystery, thriller, and suspense. He's got 47,886 ratings, 4.2 on Goodreads with a 105,000. I mean, 4.4. This David Baldacci is a very, you know, good author and sells lots of books. Okay. So we will go down and look and see how that we got more books like his books that they have on here. Now, I found this thing. It was quite interesting when I was looking at this. And it says popular highlights in this book. What are popular highlights? And I'm not really sure how they got this. And this might be a new feature that Amazon has placed somewhere. And I'm going to be looking to see how you can add popular highlights to your book. I haven't seen that yet, but I do know that from the publisher section, he has a very good publisher section, and here are more books that the publisher is showcasing for him. Now you'll see that the publisher is Grand Central Publishing, and the first edition of this book was in April 17, 2012. Um, and he's 170 in the International Mystery and Crime, and these are pretty high numbers, but I'm sure that um, he rates high in a lot of these areas. It has about the author, and so and then there's also some books related to this item, and Amazon puts these books out here relating them to his item. Then if you come down, you'll see that he's got some reviews. And this book is very well positioned to sell more of his books. But this part right here, the popular highlights in this book, was really quite interesting to me. I really want to go find out how they did that because as you can see, um, there are these two sections. So there's some way to do that, and I am going to research more about how to do that. Now, okay, so let's go back. And if you just go to Amazon.com, they will give you the books that they recommend for you. Based on the reading that you do, they'll give you more books. Like Colleen Coble. I've read this book, and let's see um what kind of publisher she has. Um oh look, here from the brand. Now there's a new section that I haven't seen. From the brand, we got Colleen Coble. She is a USA Today best-selling author. That's very interesting. Now we got from the publisher. See now, she is the publisher is putting a really nice graphic and some text here. This I know from experience that this is just 3 columns. These are 3 blocks, and they've done really nice, um, like little testimonies. Um, so, and they put them on some really nice graphics, and they placed them in those sections. Now you'll see that she is her publisher is Thomas Nelson. That's one of the large publishers. Now, she doesn't get as big a high ranking as David Baldacci does in his areas, but um she um oh wait. They have some slides here. Let's see what this is. Oh look, you can slide it through and it shows some of the popular audio books. And I see some books I haven't read here yet. She may have just come out with because I know I've read the series on um Three Missing Days. I read The One Little Lie, I think Without a Trace. But I don't know that I've read Water Inn. That looks like a good book. Okay, so I'm going to go back now. See, I am looking at these books that, um, she has sold over 4 million books. I mean, no, she has over 4 million books in print. Okay, so that means she has sold a lot of books. Okay, so she's got a rating of 2,565 for this book. On Goodreads, this book is 5,430 ratings. And now look here, we got the book description. Now let's take a look at this. We got editorial reviews. Okay. Now she's got an editorial, Publishers Weekly, that has given her a review. And then there's about the author in this section. And I know that when you go to your author page, you can do some editorial reviews. So we need to research and look at how we can add some of these editorial reviews. Okay, so here we found another section, editorial reviews, and from the brand section for this book and from the publisher that they are using a lot of Amazon features in order to get more readers to see this book. Okay? So, what you can see then is you can go to any of these books that's based on my reading. Okay? So, here's books I may like. Karen Kingsbury, she is a very good romance author. They're showing me that, look, she has the book description. She has editorial reviews. Let's see what kind of editorial reviews she has. Oh, look. She has, it takes you to, that's kind of interesting. It takes you to another book. All right. So we'll have to take a look at how all that works. So we need to research editorial reviews. Okay, and let's go down and see. Okay, look, she has popular highlights in this book. Got to find out the popular highlights section. And from the publisher. Look, she has this awesome, really great banner. See, this is what I think I want to do for my books. I have a lot of books out there. So I think what I want to do for my books is like I want to create a banner that would that when someone comes to one of my books, they'll see the banner, they'll see the name of the book, and I'm thinking that's the name of the book. Yep. That's the name of the book. And then it's a really nice banner. And then look, she's got some book reviews here, and she's got some really nice. So what I might want to do is take some pictures out of my books and make cute little graphics. This is 3 blocks. This is a very nice presentation from the publisher where it's not filled with a bunch of, it's just real clean, crisp, nice. And her publisher is Washington Square Press. Okay, now she's higher ranked in the different areas for Christian mystery, religious romance. Um, she's got a pretty good ranking there. She has some reviews. She has 85% of 5 stars. She's 4.8 out of 5. This is a very good presentation, but we really want to find out more about this popular highlights in this book. I am going to check that out. And let's just check this out again. A boy makes his plans, she would say, a hand on each of their small shoulders, but God ordains his steps. Okay, so she's using little quotes from the book. Okay. All right. So that's very, very interesting. That's a new thing I just saw. Okay, so now let's go to Karen Kingsbury, the author. I want to look at one more thing here. And let's follow her because um, I think she would be a good author to follow. Okay. And then I also want to look. Okay, no, look, she's got some bestsellers. Okay, so I want to take a look at, let's take a look at this bestseller in this moment. Now, what I want to check out is if when they do from the oh, now this one is published by a different publisher, Howard Books, and this is a reprint edition. And notice how Howard Books didn't put a from the publisher section on this book. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see how she does her books. Okay, let's check another book. Okay, we did The Distant Shore. Let's try this one. Forgiving Paris. Let's check this one out. Okay, so Forgiving Paris. Um, let's see. Oh, hey, look. Okay, popular highlights in this book. We're seeing this again. Now, notice this time they're not centered. That's kind of interesting. Oh, but look, this is what I'm looking for from the publisher. Notice how she has number one New York Times bestselling author Karen Kingsbury Forgiving Paris. Okay. Notice how she has a great graphic. It's got like the Eiffel Tower. It has her name. It has the name of the book. It's an awesome banner. This is a great banner that portrays the book. Very awesome. And then she comes down and she puts some, these look like maybe quotes from the book. Okay. And it's three columns, it's three graphics. So notice how what they're doing here is they're getting a banner and three graphics. Okay. And the other one had some reviews. This one looks like it has quotes from the book and it has some nice pictures that relate to the book. Okay. So this is kind of like when you come to one of her books and you come down, you're going to see a lot of the same familiar stuff that you're going to see from other books. This is the way I'm going to do mine. I'm going to make this big banner and I'm going to put award-winning author because I won in a contest. I'm going to put my name, I'll put the name of the book, and then I'm going to do a graphic around it that relates to the book. Then I'm going to do just like she did. I'm going to make three graphics that are something that would relate to the book. Make it clean, make it crisp. Anytime someone comes to one of my books, they're going to see a familiar setting. Now notice this publisher is a different publisher. She's had three different publishers publish her books. But notice how this publisher, either this publisher did this or she had or she did. I don't really know that she probably would do it, but she might um do her own graphics and show how I really like the idea of how you got the highlights from the book, and right after it, you got from the publisher. That is just, I just think that is awesome. So we'll go back, we'll take a look at one more, and let's look at this new one, the snake and spider one. And let's see if it does the same thing. Okay, now on this one, it just has the details. It doesn't have any editorial reviews. And there's a different publisher. And notice this publisher doesn't do that. And this is a looks like a book that may have just come out recently. No, it's 2017. So anyway, but this publisher didn't do the highlights and from the publisher. And so So I can see that she has several different people publishing her books. Um, she doesn't use the same publisher all the time. So that gives you another clue there that even though you're a New York Times best-selling author, that you can have your books um, published by several different publishers. Okay, so anyway, this is a great beginning for us to learn about how to use A plus content. So you want to just go to Amazon and look at what books they're recommending for you. Look at the books they think you might like. And then also look at books based on your reading. And look at books that you know that you really, um, based on your reading that you really like, and see how those authors do, if they use the highlights, if they use from the publisher. Just take a real close look at how different authors. I know this is a really good friend of mine, and I am going to see how she has her books. And I know she has a series of books. And let me see here. I don't know. Okay, so she has Life Experiences publishing her books. She's really high up in some of the travel guides for different places. And I think, she might would have a good opportunity to rank higher. I'm going to talk to her about how I can help her with some A plus content for her books. She has some um she has 15 books that are part of the Hey Kids series. Let's visit. And she has different books that um you know that are great books for they have activities and they show you all these different places where you can visit. And if you go visit, then you can have different activities you can do for sightseeing and so forth. So anyway, so that is what we want to do today is we're looking at Amazon A plus content and how it works. And so you want to come to this, watch this little video. It's a very short video. Learn all about, look at the guidelines, and then start looking at the content examples and also go to Amazon and look at books that are based on your reading, books that they recommend for you, and start looking and researching how other authors do their books and how they use from the publisher and area in order to make their book stand out. All right, so we're going to stop sharing my screen and say thank you for going on this adventure with me. I think we have found all kinds of really neat ideas about how we can enhance our books and use the areas that Amazon provides for us with the A plus content area. Now, I am going to do more videos on how we create the A plus content for the graphics. And then I'm going to do another video coming up on how you take those graphics and you can go into KDP, go into the area, and how you can add those graphics to your books. And so thank you for coming on this adventure with me, and I look forward to many more adventures with Learning with Lana. Thank you, and have a super blessed day.